Welcome to SV Union High School and Junior College children. I am Deepa Farke. We are going to learn reported speech in this session, that is direct into indirect speech. So let's learn about it. Read the following sentences. Rama said, Harry is an idle boy. Rama said that Harry was an idle boy. In the first sentence, we give the exact words used by the speaker. This is called as direct speech or narration. In the first sentence, said is called the reporting verb and Harry is an idle boy is called the reported speech. In the second sentence, we do not give the exact words of the speaker but give only the substance of what he said. This is called indirect speech or narration. So you might have understood, children, whenever the direct speech is used, we use the exact words. The exact words have been used in the direct speech and the verb said in the direct speech is called as reporting verb and the narration that has been given in the inverted commas is called as reported speech. Whereas in the second sentence, when we say Rama said that Harry was an idle boy, here we are simply trying to give only the substance what has been said by him. This is called indirect speech. That means this is the speech that is done by the third person. So when the third person informs about it, definitely he does not use the exact words. This is called as indirect speech or narration. From sentence 1, we also learn that in direct speech, the exact words of the speaker are put within inverted commas. We saw inverted commas, right? The first word of the reported speech begins with a capital letter. A comma is placed after the reporting verb to separate it from the second part of the sentence. That's the reason we use inverted commas. Whereas in second sentence, we learn that in indirect speech, the reporting words are not placed within inverted commas. So we never see comma either or inverted commas in the indirect speech. The reported speech is also introduced by the conjunction that. So whenever we use indirect speech, we use the conjunction that. The verb is changed into was. The tense of the verb in the reported speech is changed from the present tense to the past tense. So these are general things, children, which we observe while changing the direct speech into indirect speech. Let me once again repeat what all changes we saw. That in the direct speech we use commas, inverted commas, capital letter in the reported speech when it begins. But in the second sentence, we see that the reporting words are not placed within inverted commas, neither the comma is used, and conjunction that has to be used to join the reported speech and the narration, reporting verb and the narration. Whereas also the tense of the verb gets changed from present tense into the past tense. Now let's learn the rules one by one. Rule number 1. If the reporting verb is in the present or future tense, the verb in the reported speech is not changed at all. Now how it happens? Let's see in this sentence. Direct speech, Tom says, there's no ink in the ink pot. Tom says. So this is given in the simple present tense. See the change in indirect speech. Tom says that there is no ink in the ink pot. Same way, second sentence, Ashok will say, dinner is ready. Indirect speech, Ashok will say that dinner is ready. In both these sentences, in indirect speech, we can see that in the sentence 1, simple present tense is used, whereas in sentence 2, simple future tense is used. And as the rule says, we will have to keep the same tense even in the narration, even in its indirect speech. That's the reason there is no change in the second part of the sentence, that is, there is no ink in the ink pot, as well as in the second part of the second sentence in the indirect speech, that dinner is ready. Let's learn about rule number 2. If the reporting verb is in the past tense, the verb in the reported speech is also changed to the past tense. Children, we must remember to what part we call as reported speech, to what part we call is at reporting verb. So if the reporting verb is in the past tense, the reported speech also will change into past tense. See the rules once again. The simple present tense becomes the simple past tense. See this example. Reema said, Kamla works very hard. Reema said that Kamla worked very hard. Here in the sentence, children, the reported verb in the direct speech is said. It is in the past tense. So obviously, the reported speech will get changed into simple past tense. So what is the rule, children, that we learn here? Simple present tense changes into simple past tense. Now where simple present tense is used? It is used in the reported speech, in the direct speech. That is, Kamla works very hard. The simple present tense changed into simple past tense in the reported speech. Same way, under rule 2, we learn one more sub rule, that is the present continuous becomes the past continuous tense. Look at this example. He said, the boys are playing. Reporting verb is said. So obviously, the present continuous tense will change into past continuous tense. Look at this example into indirect speech. He said that the boys, not are, but the boys were playing. That means present continuous tense changes into past continuous tense. Now see the third one. Under changes in the tense, the present perfect tense becomes the past perfect tense. Arjun said, Urmila has done her work. Arjun said that Urmila had done her work. So here the reported speech has been changed into past perfect tense from present perfect tense. Same way, sub rule number 4, may changes into might. Same way, can into could. She said the boys may pass. She said that boys might pass. Fifth one, the simple past becomes past perfect. Veena said, Raman returned at noon. This simple past tense, returned, will change into past perfect tense, had returned. That is, Veena said that Raman had returned at noon. Sub rule number 6 under changes. In the tense, the past continuous becomes the past perfect continuous. He said, all were laughing at the beggar. He said that all had been laughing at the beggar. Same way, sub rule 7 under the changes in the tense, shall changes into should, will changes into would. I said, I shall try to help her. I said that I should try to help her. So children, have you understood the rule 2? It shows that if the reporting verb is given in the past tense, that is the first part after the speaker's verb, speaker that speaks, and that verb is called as reporting verb. If that reporting verb is in the past tense, obviously these all changes have to be made, where the simple present tense changes into simple past tense, present continuous changes into past continuous, present perfect tense changes into the past perfect tense, may changes into might, can changes into could, shall changes into should, will changes into would, the simple past changes into past perfect tense, the past continuous changes into past perfect continuous. So all these changes have to be remembered very, very well, children, while changing the direct into indirect speech. Children, we have learnt in rule 2 that if the reporting verb is in the past tense, obviously the reported speech also will get changed into simple past tense. Now here there is an exception to rule number 2. If the reported speech contains some universal or habitual fact, then the simple present in the reported speech is not changed into the corresponding simple past, but it remains unchanged. That means if the habitual action, if the universal truth, universal fact is been explained in the reported speech, then the simple present tense remains the simple present tense only. Now read this example, children. The direct speech. The teacher said, honesty is the best policy. Now in this narration, children, honesty is the best policy. Actually, it gives certain truth, universal truth, or it is a fact that honesty always pays, which is considered to be the best policy. So when you put this direct speech into indirect, even though the said reporting verb said is given in the past tense, still when you change this direct speech into indirect speech, that time the narration should remain in simple present tense only. That's the reason the teacher said that honesty is the best policy. We cannot write that the teacher said that honesty was the best policy, because there is certain truth or universal fact, universal truth has been told. So it remains same. It remains in the simple present tense only. Rule number 4 is related to the changes in pronouns, children. So pronouns of the first person in direct speech are changed to the same person as the subject of the introductory verb in the indirect speech. I think so we should go for this example. You will understand it better. Uday said, comma, into inverted comma, I am busy. This is the direct speech, children. Now if you look at the verb and if you look at the narration, Uday said, I am busy. So this I pronoun is used regarding himself only, regarding Uday only. So what rule we learn over here, that the pronoun of the first person in the direct speech are changed into indirect speech to the same person as the subject of the introductory verb. So which is the subject of the introductory verb here? Uday. So this pronoun I has to be changed according to the same person as the subject of the introductory verb, that is the word Uday, that is the subject Uday. So while changing it into indirect speech, we have to use, like Uday said that, instead of I pronoun we have to use now another pronoun for Uday, and that is he. So Uday said that he was busy. Children, we have already learnt the rules regarding tenses, so I won't be explaining here that this I am changes into was again, because we have already learnt it. But here you need to understand the pronoun of the first person I changes into the same person as the subject of the introductory verb, and here the subject is Uday. So according to Uday we have to use another pronoun over here. That's the reason we are using he. So children, we have learned 4 rules regarding the direct speech into indirect speech. We will learn remaining rules in the next video session. Till then, thank you.